right. Good morning. Good morning. It is 6:31. It is December 4th. It is Wednesday. Just like that, the week is going by, just like life. It just goes right by you if you don't stop and smell the roses. But anyway, hopefully everyone's feeling well. It's been a pretty good week, already. We've been really focusing in on the Mag 7 names that have been starting to break out. They shaped up a nice wedge formation we spoke about on Friday, and boom, you had a breakout in Apple. You've had really good action in Amazon. Yesterday, at this time, I put on my Meta glasses, and what a great 2-day move. So anyway, hopefully my dogs around the world are making some money, getting ready for the holidays, thinking positively, having, just, appreciating what's going on right now. Anyway, my name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com, and here we are at the 6:30 Club. So it's already late. I feel like I've been up for hours. Anybody see the morning my little morning ice barrel? It was cold today. There was like a layer of ice that I had to break with my son's lacrosse stick. My son, poor bastard, excuse my French, had to give up lacrosse because he wants to go all in basketball. So you can't play two sports in high school anymore because it's too competitive, which is crazy. I played two sports. It's like the ones that play three sports aren't the ones that are so aren't so serious. But anyway, so here we are. We have the sequence that's continuing. Remember this washout day on September 11th. We've been in this active sequence since September 11th. That's been absolutely fantastic with so much nice rotation, so many ways, each week having its own flavor. Sometimes it's been mega cap tech, sometimes it's been the small caps, sometimes it's been really the crypto names. And if you wake up early enough and you're prepared and you put situations on the table, you can make a living here. Like in any career, if you're prepared and you know what you're doing, it takes the stress and it takes the guesswork out of the way. If you come in unprepared or you show up at your desk at 9:15 and say, hey, what's going on today? You're never going to be able to execute with confidence. Anyway, so with that said, SPYs are opening above 604.32. Really impressive. I sold some premium yesterday. So my biggest loss today is selling the 605 premium for today, which will suck some out, and it's okay. I'll live. This is the Alpha team. This is where my dogs and I talk all day long. I'm on a radio just like this at 9:30, talking about what I'm seeing, how it's going, and this and that. And they're coming up with some ideas. And most people here trade for a living. So this is the portfolio approach that I've been managing, and it changes a little bit here and there. So I come in today. Amazon's up today. Meta's getting some follow through. I even, Tesla, I almost got stopped out yesterday. Didn't. I bought the dip in IBIT yesterday, CCJ. So there's 12 names that I'm rotating, and I short a little premium that's going to be down, but I have all these options on also. So this, today's going to be another day to stack them, pack them, and rack them, right? Stack days. The Qs have been fantastic. If you go to the Qs, you'll see, how set up it was. The Qs had a beautiful setup, beautiful, right? You had this inside wedge pattern on top of an overall, big channel-ish, right? You had this 503, it held in here, getting tight. When patterns get tight, traders get excited. At least I do. Some people are like, what do you mean you like tight patterns? I'm like, that's what I do. I like tight patterns. So in show and tell, the teacher's like, what does your dad do for a living? He's like, he likes tight patterns. No. Anyway, so on the move, looking good. There's been so much to do. Apple, we discussed so many times, and there were a bunch of different pivot points. This is the 230 area when we put on the 240 calls and the 242 calls, and I took mine off into yesterday. So I come in today with no Apple, but that's because I also don't want to get caught in one of these days that might or might not happen where something happens and you're like, I give back 50 grand in a day, and I'd rather use my tier system and get out along the way. What's Apple doing today? It's probably having some follow through, up another 46 cents, so it's okay. 243 to 245 is my target, and that was when it broke above 230 and 237. What I did focus on yesterday was Meta. Remember yesterday I put on the Meta glasses? I bought it on this day. I added yesterday, I added options, and now Meta's giving you a little bit upside follow through. What's it up this morning? It is up 247 and 615. I'll be trimming some, not adding some. About time. Red Dog got Red Dog had a little footsteps. There was a day last year that a lot of traders all of a sudden pulled in and kept going down. And I was buying a dip. It was a stronger stock. I had no idea what was going on, and I lost like 6 figures that day. And since then, I've had a little footsteps with Meta. So I was very proud. Stock doesn't remember that it didn't treat me fairly, or maybe I just broke some rules, and now I had a really good 2-day move. Let me say good morning to some of my dogs. Who's around? Let's see. I'm going to put this up here. See who we're at. You got Neve Schumann. How tall is Chase? Oh, Chase is 6'1" now, and he could dunk. And he just started his sophomore year. Freshman year, he came in at 128 pounds, 5'8", and now sophomore year, he's 6'1" and 160. Not so bad. He's working. Tony Wallace. Amazon looks good for 2025. Okay, well, it's been looking good the last few weeks too. Hopefully, you've been making some money. What up, Top Hand? What up, Ali Hassan? We got Diego in the house. Mikey Pags is always getting it done. What's up? We got a lot of Stock Swan from Buffalo. It must be cold in Buffalo. You're liking Square? I actually bought some more options in Square yesterday. And remember, we talked about IBIT, whether or not it would do a red dog reversal. And it did yesterday. Not so bad. What's up, Cocoa Beach? That's cool. It's probably really nice over there. So this is, I don't even know really where I'm talking to you guys from. Either you're on Twitter or you're on YouTube. I'm going to start bringing in a social media guy that's going to explain things to me a little bit better. So this way I could talk to you guys without making it like, oh, a kaleidoscope. Anyway, I appreciate you dogs for tuning in. Just wait till next year when we start the 5 o'clock Raw, Red Dog in the Raw Club, coming attractions. Anyway, with that being said, this is the 6:30 Club for now. Remember yesterday I told you guys IBIT, would it get above, get below 53.76 and reclaim it? Well, it did. And the wedge is forming, and Red Dog added IBIT, which was Bitcoin. Okay, I still think at some point it's going to break above this upper area, and we're going to get that move to 100,000. I don't think anyone's going to be taking profits on Bitcoin to pay taxes into the end of the year. Anyway, IBIT is up 50 cents, which is kind of nice. It's at 54.96. So if you added more at 53.76, you're up $1.20. Hey, $1.20 could pay some bills in crypto land. Anyway, and you don't even have to be trading on Coinbase to do so. You could be trading on your platform using the BlackRock ETF. And as we're talking about coin, I did buy some coin options yesterday. Look how tight this is. Wow. Coin, this is tight. So we'll see if coin can get above this spot. If Bitcoin's going to 100,000 plus, this is going to be 350 plus. Just saying. I also have some Square options. Square looks pretty good too. Square broke this descending trend line. Goldman Sachs put a big target on the day that Bitcoin wasn't ready to go, and now actually this gap is gone, so we can get rid of it. I traded in here and was a good buy the dip yesterday. This is kind of gone, and I do think this is going to work higher. Square. Anyway, Oklo, time to buy the dip. I'll tell you that the nuclear names have not been so great. I do have options in Oklo, and if they wake up, they wake up. I think if you want uranium, if you want that type of name, I think CCJ is the most quality. That's what my institutional friends tell me. At some point, it held the 8 day. It's going to get above 61 and go. So, but the other, NNE, SMR, Oklo, they're kind of rebuilding. There's a lot of shorts in there, but anyway, we'll see. Boeing thoughts. Boeing got a little bit better. I'm not in Boeing, but Boeing as a bottom feeder trade, I think it's a good trade for next year. I think the dogs of the Dow type of trade. The January effect. Boeing, I think, could be a good candidate for that. So I think there's a lot of people down a lot of money in Boeing. So I don't know how much it's going to lift, but I would think that you could be buying Boeing for next year. I also hear Trump likes Boeing. It could become a Trump stock. So I'm not in it. It's been a battleground and it's been broken, but it seems like it's repairing a little bit. So I like it. Microsoft woke up a little bit, even went up on, bad news yesterday. Really, my trade yesterday was Meta. I got to believe that. Who in the 6:30 Club caught Meta? All right, let's see. I'm going to do a little. If you didn't, I'm going to have to put you in the doghouse. Let's see. Anybody from yesterday buy Meta with Red Dog? Anybody? Palantir's been awesome. I can't take that away from you. Can you guys hear me? 620 calls. Okay. Meta, yes. Space Specialist, yes. Frankie Tucci, he's in the Alpha team. By the way, there's a lot of Black Friday, things you guys could do for really cheap to get involved. You did Met two times. You went for the Jews. Space Specialist went for the Jews. Anyway, I will say Tesla's been a little annoying. I didn't get stopped out yesterday. It was close, but I stood with it. I had my stop at 347. So it still looks just fine. It's building here. Like if today it's up $3, $4, $5 and holds in here and going sideways, it still looks good. It's just that it doesn't have like the power, which sometimes I like with Tesla, which is fine. But above 358 to 361 at some point, it's gonna go, and you want to be there for that in some capacity. So Tesla's just fine. Go power plays. Get It Done loves the power plays. For $99, I could tell you what to do. Which I could tell my wife what to do for $99. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, $99 for power plays. I give you my best idea, and you don't have to figure it out. If you're trading the alpha team, you have your own ideas. You are talking. You live. You're making a living. If you Redler, RAA, I give you my full game plan, 40 different things, and for you to pick with power plays, we just tell you how to do it, what to trade it against, and then we piece you out. Not so bad. We should have 1,000 members. But anyway, Palantir, what a move yesterday. Holy cow. It held again. It held where it had to. I apologize. I should be more. I should have been in this more. My buddy Todd loves it to death from the fraternity. It's great how you find like minds all over. Your 401k is on fire. Easy, Mobile. Unless you're going to sell your 401k, don't be like so excited, reading your statements. I'm what am I, 52 years old. I have a 401k. My wife has a 403b. I have the 520. I have all those things. So granted, everyone's feeling a little frisky because their statements are where they're at. But, unless you're going to sell it, which I don't think you should, because people who've said, oh, the market has to come in, they sell their 401k looking for a dip and they never get back in. Anyway, but also not everyone has a blood in the street account. I have a blood in the street account, which is 14 for 14. There's a lot of ways to, as a dog to skin a cat. Nah, we don't skin cats here. But anyway, to approach the market depending on the time frame. We discussed that yesterday on Fox Business. Me and Liz, I was on with, who were we on? Was it Jack? Talking about how, there are ways to approach the market. If you're going to look for stocks and you're going to play moves and you're going to look to create cash flow, that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. And that's what I do. And that's why most people pay me if they're going to pay me. Here, you're not paying me. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart because I like having dogs around the world, even though next year we might do a little premium something or other. Anyway, what about the semis? Semis held where they had to. Okay. Everybody was talking about this head and shoulders pattern. I get it. I was talking about it too, but guess what happened last Wednesday? The Wednesday before Thanksgiving, basically, did a little bottom tail, reclaimed 237, and now it's back up in this. And sometimes a neckline, will trigger a move to the downside if it breaks, but if it holds, it's a really good buying opportunity. We did the same thing with NVIDIA. NVIDIA looks pretty good too. I actually bought NVIDIA yesterday, and I also bought the options on Wednesday of last week. Last Wednesday, we were talking in the 630 club how I was accumulating the 135s into this down move, and it was great. And now we'll see. Who knows? Maybe this pops into this little spot. I'm going to give a shout out to my buddy Sklar, if you know who he is, because I'm going to send him the video. The reason why I have these is because he's like, the semis are getting much better. He's like, let's buy some puts on the SOXS. So here's the SOXS. I bought these yesterday, the $21.50 puts. And it's nice. So cheers to Brian Sklar, who had some good conviction. Oh, I gave his name out. Uh-oh. It's fine. He's a Wall Street legend. 21.17, it's down. That means the semis are up. So you asked me about the semis. The semis are doing better. Some of them are rebuilding. A lot of guys like ARM. You think ARM could go back up a bunch. Some people are in a AVGO. I'm just saying I'm short the SOXS by having puts. So that's being long the semis. And I'm just trading the NVIDIA because I have a ton of other things going on and I can't be that spread out. Anyway, you're playing the Soxel for a good move. That's cool. What up, It's? Just renewed Power Play subscription. There you go, Curbster. Anyway, with that being said, there's a lot going on. You don't have to kiss all the babies. Actually, I don't like that. Don't kiss all the girls. I can't say either of these things. Kiss the babies, you're a weirdo. Kiss too many girls, you get in trouble. But you don't have to play every stock. You could pick and choose from your go-to list, depending on your bandwidth, depending on how prepared you are. At this point, I've been really massaging and managing a really good portfolio approach. I'm at the highs of my year. Feels good for December. My wife might get a holiday gift. We could no coal in the stockings this year. No, I'm kidding. There's never coal in the stockings. But anyway, I hope you're doing well. I think a lot of people are really happy. It makes me happy to have my dogs happy around the world. But just remember, learn how to dig for those bones. And I like to throw some bones in your doghouse. But what happens if one day Red Dog gets run over by a bus? You got to be able to do it all on your own. And then you can't rely on me. So anyway, I got a lot to do at 6:47. I'm home today. Yes, I was in the city. Great day in the city. Again, every week or two I go in for Fox Business, and it's good to be in the city. Tonight they're lighting the tree, so maybe relax at home, have a beverage, and watch some of the entertainment and enjoy yourself. It is the holiday season. Later, my dogs.